Well, I'm gonna be so sad when I have to tell people what I did last night. They're like, yeah, I was out with my girlfriend. I was out at the cinema watching a movie. I watched the new Harry Potter movie, even though that's no, I've no, this is an example, but like, and then I'm just like, yeah, I pulled out a virtual sword for 58 minutes online in a game where I could have gone in offline mode and pulled it out immediately. Hello, guys, and welcome to my Let's Play of The One Who Pulls Out the Sword Will Be Crowned King. I'm currently using my newer microphone for this, so I hope it sounds okay. I still haven't gotten the actual pop filter, so maybe it sounds awful every now and again, but I just hope it sounds good. But yeah, apparently this is a game that came out not too long ago from this recording time, which is March the 10th, I think, or April 10th, April 10th. Never mind, it's April 10th. And apparently this game adapts to the amount of players that pull out a sword. So the more players that pull out a sword, the harder it's going to be for the next player to pull out the sword afterwards. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this works. The sword gets longer and heavier each time someone pulls it out. Prove that you're the king of kings by surpassing everyone else. Show the current king's Steam profile pictures. Steam moderators profile pictures, but an ill-intentioned king could manage to show something improper. No. Oh boy, really? That's a huge pogger, not a traitor. Gay Ben. Well, Motard. Okay, this is a little bit douchey. Don't plug in your Twitch. Come on. Anyway, rules. The sword gets longer and heavier each time it's pulled out. Once 10,000 kings have been crowned, the sword won't be able to grow any further, and it will reset back to its original form. Current difficulty is 7,782. God, this is gonna be awful. You have never been crowned. Current king is Wishias, and he did it today, it seems. 0 days and 0 hours ago. Okay, I guess I'll try. How does this work? God, this is certainly something, isn't it? How does this work? Do I literally just sit? Can I move? No, I can only sit here and watch. I don't know what physics are based on this, but this is gonna be one fun video to watch if it's literally just this the whole video. If this is the whole video, I would recommend just skipping ahead or putting the speed on very high on YouTube, just so you'll see the fast version of me doing this. Let me just move my phone to my right a little bit further away. Like, oh wait, so if I release it, it goes all the way back down again? Oh god, I didn't realize. Okay, so if you release it, it goes back down. That's good to know. Which is a little bit of a weird feature, but sure. But I did see a little bit of progress there, so I guess I'm just gonna keep doing this. Need to focus on doing this. This is awful. So I hope you guys are doing great. Let me know in the comment section if your day has been great or boring or whatever, you know. It's always good to know. I always enjoy writing stuff and seeing things as well. Just hoping that one day I'll pull out this godforsaken sword, or this godforsaken stone. You know, is it really worth it being king? I'm starting to feel like it's not really worth it after this game specifically too. But it is a little bit mentally, has been crowned as a new king. The sword feels a bit heavier and longer. Really, that happens real time? Come on, you gotta be kidding me. Wait, another person has already become king and I have to deal with the freaking sword being heavier now. It's always great when the sword becomes heavier. Come on, just keep holding. Eventually I'll get it right, unless I miss it somehow, which would suck. I also really hope I'm actually making progress, by the way. It also feels a little bit, how do you say it? I don't know, like unresponsive in a way? Oh well, we'll just see how this goes. I really hope I don't mess up and like miss the hilt or something. A new king? You gotta be kidding me, why? It is actually kind of mentally pleasing to pull this out. There's something about it that's a little bit relaxing in a way. Not that it's like nice or anything, but... Oh, well, it is sort of nice. It's like, if you have time to do it, why not, you know? Although, it isn't exactly my favorite thing to do, to pull out a sword from a stone, and it's a very long sword. Great. I'm probably gonna see a lot of those before I'm done, aren't I? Oh yeah, did I mention, I probably didn't since I don't remember mentioning it, but it's actually a free game on Steam that's out right now, and once it reaches 10,000 people, I think it'll reset or something like that. Or it won't crown any more kings. I don't actually know if that is the case, but it seems like it's something like that. So if you want to be crowned king, you have to do it soon. Or this might, I don't know exactly when this video might come out. It might even be after, but we'll have to wait and see. Am I even making any progress? I really, really hope I am. I should have worn like gloves or something for this, because this is just a little bit boring to keep my like finger on the trigger and just keep moving upwards. Alright, come on now. Eventually it'll get out of the stone, right? Let me just pull up my sleeve a little bit here. Like if I pull up and move sideways, does it go faster? I don't actually know, but it might. I'm just gonna try to do it like very slowly and focusing. I don't know. I am very focused, but the color scheme is kind of hurting my eyes, and I'm just very focused on the white dot in the middle of the screen. The one on the handle right now. For some reason, that is very, very eye-catching while I'm trying to pull this out. I really hope I'll pull this out eventually. This is gonna be one long video. The friend, there's actually a friend who has done this, and she apparently did it in 58 minutes. Yes, 58 minutes. Current new king. Feels heavier and longer. Well, that's great. Always love when his sword becomes heavier and longer. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. Just let me pull this out and we can all be friends, right? That way I don't have to... Oh, I can see my progress actually. Interesting. Because you can see how the bottom of the handle is now up near the leaf over there. Well, at least I am making progress. It just sucks if you release it and it goes all the way back down again. That would really, really suck. I can also imagine having like a bigger sensitivity might actually both help and hurt you, especially if you slipped off of it. God damn it, I'm almost at the top of the thingy. Soon I will get there. Just a little bit longer. This is all for my wonderful viewers. That's why I'm pulling this sword out. Come on, just get rolled out, sword. Just faster, please. A little bit faster. I wonder how long I'm gonna sit here focusing on this color scheme of this sword. I have to say, though, that like my peripheral vision is like outside of the circle, and I can't be focused on anything other than the freaking sword and the dot in the middle of the handle. I don't know what it is, but it's very hypnotizing. And it's very weird to just focus on trying to not go outside of the handle. But I do appreciate them making it black and then the dot white so you can easier see it. But yeah, soon I'm like 25% done, I think. God, that's awful. Just keep holding the button down. I can do it. It's somewhat. I think they wrote this was some kind of experiment they were doing. I don't exactly know for what exactly, but who knows? I was also expecting this to be like a how do you say it? I walk around and pull the sword out. Actually, pull it out. Not like you click on one area and do it. Firehawk 2025. Well, congratulations to you, Firehawk 2025. You sat here for like 1 hour and just pulled out a sword. God, this is one of those moments where like, as soon as this game came out, by the way, I actually saw it, but I was like, okay, I'm not gonna bait this yet, I'm gonna bait later. And then like 2 weeks later, after it came out, I'm like, crap, it must be very long now, and yes, indeed, it's very long now. So, yeah, good job, past me. You did a great job playing this as soon as it came out. I don't even do this because I want to be king. I just do this so no one else can become king. It's like, yeah, you know, I don't want to be king, but I don't think anyone else should spend like 50 hours, or no 50 hours, but like 1 hour pulling out a virtual sword should become king. Oh well, doesn't matter. It's a cool concept anyway. I like it. I just don't like how simple it is and how you have to do the same movements over and over again. Like a little wiggle would be great. I don't know if it does anything to wiggle it around. It doesn't seem like it. Like wiggling while going forward doesn't seem to do much. I wish there was a little bit more to it, you know, like you can wiggle it right or left, and if you don't do that, it might reset a little bit, but not like all the way. But yeah, not much more to it. I did craft a gorgeous looking game though, even though it's pretty low poly. It's nice. It's nice. Can't help but notice no one has become king for a little while now. Oh, as soon as I said that, Moneybird. Of course Moneybird becomes a king. Already has money in the name. Oh, the next devil also just did it. That's great. Well, I'm gonna be so sad when I have to tell people what I did last night. They're like, yeah, I was out with my girlfriend. I was out at the cinema watching a movie. I watched a new Harry Potter movie, even though that's no, I've no, this is an example, but like, and then I'm just like, yeah, I pulled out a virtual sword for 58 minutes online in a game where I could have gone in offline mode and pulled it out immediately. They just look at me with weird eyes and be like, excuse me, what now? Oh, it's gonna be great. And if you're still watching without speeding up the video, I'm actually very impressed. If you are speeding up the video, good for you, because this is painful, even for me to just sit through. But hey, we are making progress. We have at least pulled it up a little above 25%, I would say now. That's lovely. Lovely and great, I would say. Very lovely and great. Maybe I should aim my microphone a little bit more this way so it actually points towards my mouth. What do you guys say? would be lovely and great. Okay, forward we go with the mouse. Just keep going up. Keep pulling the sword up. We get it, birds. We get it. You like swords, okay? Wait, by the way, what is that on the sword? Is that a butterfly or is that like a bird itself? I hope this sword has a curse on it that makes us cursed instead. That would be lovely. Alright, I am soon a king. Right now, I guess I'm a peasant, just trying to prove myself, and I'm surrounded by people behind me that are like, oh, yeah, you can pull it out. You got this, dude. Yeah. Or they're like, oh, wow, you can't pull it out. You're a loser. Kind of like King Arthur, when they did the kids' movies and stuff. No way that kid can be a king. He's just a peasant. I'll teach you. But here I'm just imagining people sitting behind me, wondering why I'm even trying to pull this sword out of the rock. They're like, no one's be able to do it. Why do you think you can? The way I'll do it. Yeah, of course anyone can do it. It just spent 58 minutes doing it. People try for like 5 minutes and they're like, nah, not worth it. God dang it. Keep pulling. You got this, me. You're almost at the grass level, okay? Almost. Soon you shall be. This perspective doesn't actually show me a lot of the sword. Two ages later. I am gonna become king, I betcha. It might have been years of me pulling this sword out, but I'm making progress. I will get there eventually. Very cool. Very, very cool. Getting hypnotized by the yellow color, the dark handle, the very low poly sword, the very bright gray rock, and the dots flying all over the place. That makes it a little bit less boring. There's just random dots jumping all over the place. Are they supposed to simulate like my progress or something? Like, oh, you've held this one for so long. What does that even mean? Is that like how many things I have that I need to do? So I'm doing 1/2 of a thingy that the first person did or something? I don't know. You're doing 1/3 of the power that someone else did. Or do I spew like more out the faster I do go forward? No, it doesn't seem like it. It just seems like I do the same. Although, like I said, it does make it a bit more exciting to see it. And I love how I don't feel that it has moved at all, but I can clearly see that it has moved because I have become taller in the game. Just please tell me it gets easier the later on I go. Like, the further I go, does it become easier to stay the same? I actually have no clue. Because the blade technically gets thinner, right? And the thinner the blade gets, the easier it should be to pull out. Unless you want to, you know, crack the blade. You know, I could just, like, kick it a little bit and it might actually break the blade itself. It'd be a little bit rusty or a little bit bad if it's stayed inside a stone for a long time. Just destroy the blade and then present the handle and put a new blade on it. Would that just be easier? Two years later. Alright, here we are. Still pulling the sword out. I see my YouTube channel has died out in those 2 years. Maybe because I didn't put out any other videos while doing this. Like, I am overdoing it a bit. I'm actually not feeling that bored by doing this. It's somewhat satisfying. They didn't pick an annoying sound. It's nice to see you making progress too. It's like a little bit like Cookie Clicker in a way, where you kind of just sit there, you don't do anything really. Where you do one specific motion, and Cookie Clicker just click the screen. Here you just kind of pull your mouse up all the time, then lift it and then back down and then pull it up. And it's like I said, it's very hypnotizing. Like, not in a bad way, more like as in, like, you can just pull up the sword, you don't have any other worries. You had the birds in the background, you had the sound of progress. When the rock sort of does that sound, you know you're making progress, to making it more up. So you always make progress and you know it. But honestly, if this wasn't for a YouTube video, I would not play this. Because it's just not worth it. Like, imagine all the other things you could spend the time doing. 58 minutes of 1 hour. I don't know how long it takes, but probably gonna take like 1 hour now. I have no clue. How long have I been doing this? 22 minutes? Well, it actually doesn't feel like 22 minutes. It feels more like 10 minutes, weirdly enough. Which I think is very interesting, by the way, that you can make something like this feel like it takes 12 minutes when it actually takes 20. And again, it's all about the experience and the focus in it, you know. Like, when you focus on something, and you really aim for something, like, time just flies, right? Like, when I record videos now and again, suddenly it's just like midnight, and I'm like, oh, god damn. And here is the same situation where I'm like, I want to pull out the sword. I'm not letting go of it now. If I drop it now, I'm out. Okay, I'm not gonna pick it up again. But at the same time, it's like, it's a sword. I've been pulling it for so long, so I will not freaking give up on it now. Unless I lose it, like, drop it. Oops, as I hit the microphone, but it's good. Eventually, I will get it. Just a little bit more pulling up, and we're good, right? Isn't that how it goes? I mean, I have 144 FPS, so it's not like an FPS. There's an FPS issue in the game, that's for sure. It runs pretty well. Whoa, I accidentally right-clicked. Did that do anything? Does that present both my hands? I don't actually know. Like, if you click both buttons, do you use both your hands? Or is that just like a left click button thing? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna go with left click. I don't feel like going both clicks would really benefit me that much. Maybe it does double. Who knows? I don't. That's for sure. How long is this sword? Come on. Oh, so sad. Well, maybe I should just stop joking and believe this video should be like 58 minutes. Keep clicking and keep going up. Oh yeah, and I am recording this video in 1440p, which is very interesting because it even supports that stuff and everything, but it does seem like it doesn't have anti-aliasing, which is okay, because it really seems to not really work that well. Yeah, but they should add DLSS and everything to this game. I think that would really suit it. This DLSS on a game that has 140 FPS that's about pulling out a sword. That'd be a great joke. Or like the AMD FSR. Elephant of Destiny. Well, we know this great when the elephant becomes a king. One day I will become a king. And I will also be an elephant. I will use my big nose, or whatever it's called, to pull out a sword. Jeremy Lee has now done it. Well, that's great. Good for you. My thumb has cramps now. It's great. Can you achieve your goal if you really put your mind to it? If it's literally just a straight road between you and your goal, yes. Yes, I would say so. Because here you only have you and your sword. But they don't account for the situation of you being there. Like, why are you here? How long can you be here? What do you have to do to get to the sword? Those kind of things. You cannot. You have to translate it to real life if that's really the message of this game. You can achieve your goal if you work hard enough. Yes, but it didn't account for all the variables in between. Which is where I think they kind of fail with the message. It's nice of them to say you can do whatever you want, but in reality you can't. Because you know, like I said, you just need the variables in between to also fit what you want. Otherwise, you can't really get that goal. No, it's not negative at all, but if you really want your goal, you can still go past those variables in between you and the sword. It's just gonna take way more work than it's worth. At least that's my stance on it. There are probably some people out there that disagree with me, and it's like, you can clearly achieve your goals. Just study and do whatever, as an example. Yeah. Do you want to study for like 5 years to just become something that's pretty simple to be? Like, you can just learn to be it. No need to study. All you gotta know is just basic math, basic Danish. It is in my example, let's say that. And it's basic everything, basic English even. You can pretty much become anything. And then it's like, yeah, we need to make sure not everyone becomes that. No one said anything to me? No, okay. Just need to make sure. Couldn't hear anything because of the rocks. Eventually it will get pulled out. Eventually. But by all means, go for your goal if you believe you can achieve it. As long as it is an achievable goal and you don't have to make too many sacrifices, it can probably be achieved. Just like this sword here. If it's something you know you can do, something you just need time to do, then you can achieve it. If nothing else is in the way. Either that or they're trying to tell you that that you shouldn't waste your time looking for your goals because it's not worth it in the end. You're only going to be crowned king for a little while before someone else takes over. I mean, it could be both ways. It could be like, you can achieve your goals if you just try hard enough, or you can achieve your goals and still get beaten down, so don't try to achieve your goals. In the end, it doesn't really matter what the game's message is, only how you perceive it. And I think they're sending a nice message. I think they're trying to send a message saying that you can achieve your goals if you work hard enough, you know? You can become a king. And then the whole fact that, you know, that everyone else can also become a king is just to make sure that you have this goal that everyone else also can reach. But that's really also the issue, that if you reach your goal, someone else is probably going to have the same goal, and then you're going to compete for the goal. And that's what causes conflict. So if there's more than one king, won't the other kings try to be the main king? It's proven in history that that is the true case. I think it's amazing how much I've been able to talk about this game. Like, just the fact you just pull out a sword sends a big message about something that they probably didn't intend to. But I'm just trying to do it pretty fast. I don't know if the speed in which you do it really matters. Because, like, they could have set a mouse acceleration as to, you know, pull it out faster. God damn if this game isn't very, very long. So yeah, if you want to go for a goal, make sure that only you can get that goal, or try to make sure that your competition wants something different. I guess. I don't know. In a way, you can also translate this to YouTube or any big thing you can become or be. I think it would be a great way to try to look at this game. Compared to that. Maybe the obstacle is the fact that you have a rock that you have to pull it out of. But that doesn't really make sense, because that's a very simple process. You just pull it out for a long, long ass time. Maybe the message is literally just that the more people that want the same thing, the harder it's going to be to achieve the thing, you know? Because it's like the first person who pulled this out could probably do it in like 1 minute. And then every single time someone else did it, they added like 20 seconds to it, because it's 10,000 people, right? 10,000 up to an hour, so... Yeah, they could easily just pull it out immediately, pretty much, I think. But I'm pretty sure the developers did it themselves before they released the game, just to make sure that there was like a beginning step. So it wasn't just like, okay, pulled out, did it. Maybe they're just trying to figure... What? It went down again? Why did it go down? Oh god, you gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? So if you accidentally go outside there, yeah, it goes down. I know I said I wouldn't do it, but I guess I have to for the sake of the video. So I'll pause the video and then I'll get to the exact same point I was last time. Probably. And then we'll see. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But yeah, I'll do it and then we'll go back up again. God damn it. That sucks. And I am back again with pulling the sword. So it seems like last time my sensitivity was way too low, and I was informed by Hero, who I usually do games with, that she did it way faster somehow. And it just seems like sensitivity means a lot. It's a little bit of a cheat, really, because now I can literally just do this in one swipe as before, because my sensitivity was so low. So sensitivity is a bit of a cheat in this, but oh well, at least now I can do it faster, so that's nice. So I guess I'll just keep going upwards. Because you can see how much it moves now, whereas before it felt like it didn't make any progress, but now it feels like I'm making a heck ton of progress. But I don't get those bubbles anymore flying all over the place for some reason. I don't know why that is. But damn if it isn't going fast now. I wonder how long the sword technically is, when you think about it. Because it said that it got longer the more people actually completed the thingy. I really hope you can't hear my arm just going back and forth on the table. So painful. I was thought wiggling it might do something, but no. It's literally just it's all about how you do it. Illuminati 1 has been crowned new king. Well, good for Illuminati 1, I guess. This is Spain. I wonder if that's a butterfly or not. If it's just like two daggers or two crystals going against each other on the handle there, the bottom part of the handle. I'm a little bit worried because like it's either me going away from the microphone a little bit, or it's me moving my hand a little bit all over the place. Because I have to try to sit still with my face while doing this, and it's very hard when I have to move my arm back and forth all the freaking time. Get pulled out, sword, come on. You know you want to. I can see the progress when I do every pull now. Come on. Come on, I know you want to. Get pulled out. I wonder how long it is. Seems like a pretty long sword at this point. Oh god, look at how long it already is. If this was a normal sword, it would already be out, but no. Seems like it's not just in the rock, it's also on the ground. This is when you break the sword and you kind of just say, I give up. I'm a little bit sad that what took me 20 minutes before took me like 2 minutes now. I know I didn't change any settings or anything. It's really just because I have my sensitivity up and I'm using the handle here near the golden part. It's also a little bit of a cheat, but oh well. No, anything to make me not sit here for a shit long time. Alright, pull it out, come on. How tall am I, by the way? Am I like a very long-legged person that was laying on the ground the whole time when I tried to pull out the sword to begin with? Because I am rising with this sword, by the way. So I'm just very tall, you know? It's a tiny sword. I'm a very tall person. And, yeah. Come on. Just get pulled up already, will you? Oh, you're pretty much at tree level now. Why would anyone put this kind of sword in the ground? "39 minutes into the video. We're still only at tree level, and the sword is not out yet. We'll get it eventually. And I'll also reposition my mic eventually, because right now it's not really in a good position. He's not, at least I don't think so. It's pretty far away from my mouth while I'm trying to focus on just getting this goddamn sword out. It would be funny if there was like a little goblin saying hello there in the bushes. Or something like that. That would make everything a little bit better. Bullet has done it too. Great. Thank you for making everything harder for me. This is just about you stepping on other people and then being like, I'm the king. I want to get the achievement. I don't care if it make it harder for everyone else. You could also say that the message is that you might achieve your goal, but everyone you had to sacrifice along the way will get hurt by, you know. So many things you can say this represents. Pulling out a sword from a stone. Such a simple task, but so complicated at the same time. At least when you compare it to everything else. Will the sword itself rise above the sky? Probably. I'll probably get into space one day. Isn't that like the whole thing now? You'll just get into space and that's like the last thing you'll ever see. I hope they have a beautiful landscape behind all these trees. I really do. I also hope that I'm a giant. Catfish. Been crowned new king. The sword feels a bit heavier and longer. Well, thank you. Thank you for doing that to me. I appreciate it. Does it give me a message when it's like almost there? Is it literally just keep pulling until it gets off? Because like, part of me really feels like I should just like stop at the very end when I'm about to pull it out completely. And then be like, yeah, you know what? I don't need to be king. I'll just let the next person have less of a challenge. Because I have proved my point that I could pull it out. But I don't want to become king. Yes, it's a virtual world. It doesn't really matter in the end, does it? But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to make it harder for the next person to pull out the sword. Isn't there also a way you could only tell your mouse to accelerate forward? Like, I think I could cheat your hardware to make it look like your mouse only goes forward when you go back, like side, right, left, and then down. I think you could easily cheat in this by just programming your own mouse to only go forward or up all the time. So they should probably put some anti-cheat on it to make sure the mouse can actually go right, left, and down too. I can imagine someone just using a mouse like that. God, when did this freaking sword end? And how tall am I? I can see the trees getting closer and closer to the sword handle here. I still hope you're one of the people that fasted forward this video. God, how high is this freaking sword? How long are you, sword? How high are you gonna go up? And how am I gonna keep increasing my height with you? I'm using like my thumb and my pointy finger to pick you up. Technically, I'm only using a thumb, right? I'm just wiggling my not my thumb, but my pointy finger around you. Then I lift you up, because I'm a giant. Wait, let me just fix my sleeve again. I don't want it to go against the table. Makes everything harder. Makes it a little bit harder to control the, you know, the up on the mouse. Oh boy, almost just messed up there. Almost went out of the yellow zone. I can't even feel the bottom of my hand anymore. I've been going against the table for a little while because of how tiny my mouse is. So it's like I keep feeling stuff there to the point where now I can barely feel it sliding and touching anything. It's not healthy, I tell you. 100% unhealthy game. Nah, it's fine. It's gonna come back again after the game's done. Which I really hope it is as soon as I get above the freaking trees. When are you out, sword? Come on. You're freaking taller than a tree. Soon. That is. You're taller than a tree soon. Whoops, almost just messed up again. I missed the weird white squares jumping or circles jumping around. They made everything a little bit more interesting, but not there anymore. Any day now. Any day now. El Cueco. Okay. You do you. Wait, is it getting more and more unbalanced? Oh, god damn it. Come on, just get pulled out. Still 144 FPS though. So I'll give that for 143. Like, in a way, you could just look at this as you dragging a wagon around at this point. Like, imagine this. This is top-down view. You're on a road, and instead of a sword, it's a wagon, and you're kind of just pulling the wagon forward, and you're the horse. You have to use the mouse to pull a horse. Isn't it the exact same concept, just in a different setting? So you pull a wagon as a horse, and it only goes... What? What? But why? Did I really mess it up again? God, it didn't feel like I went out. Did I? Did I? I might have. It's just weird. My sensitivity isn't even that high. That's so weird. Anyway, I guess I'll pause again and then try to go up again. I don't know. I might even just not do it at all. We'll see. Okay, so I am back again, pulling the sword again. I lowered the sensitivity, so less sensitivity. I sang a few songs while putting the sword up here for some reason. I don't know why. It was something I like I'm pulling the sword out of the rock. You know, that kind of stuff. But oh well, we'll see. Just Just trying to stay in the middle, try not to wiggle around too much, trying to focus on pulling the sword out. So you're telling me that the further up we go, the more you're going to look up at the sword? Or is it just that it stays the same spot all the time? Because I don't know what to believe this time around, or what to believe at this point. Whatever the case, pulling up, I guess. Eventually we'll get above the clouds, right? We'll get up high. And because I lowered the sensitivity, if you're thinking, yes, it took longer for him to get up here, you would be right. It took way longer to get up here than before. So, at this point, I've probably spent about a good hour just playing this game. Trying to get the sword out of this stupid rock. So, yeah, that's me. Yeah. Totally worth it. Great microphone test, though. Technically, this is all to test this newer microphone. So, whatever the result may be, whether or not I lose the sword again or whatever, at least I can still say that I tested the microphone appropriately. Gave it a very big video to test out on. Just get pulled out, please. I really would prefer to get this sword pulled out soon, so I can eventually just not play this anymore. But maybe I just need to get up way above the trees, because who knows? Did it actually say how long the sword was, or was it just like a bit of a joke? I don't know. Oh yeah, and while I've been pulling this out like the other 2 times, there were like 5 other people that have been crowned king. At least there hasn't been someone crowned king for a long time now, so that's nice, you know? Like, I'm still like one of the people trying. There are probably still other people trying, but hey. Beggars can't be choosers, you know? Just do my best to get this all the way up above the trees. And we'll see how it goes. Oh, what's going on with the sensitivity, by the way? It is getting weirder the further up you go. I was right about that, because you can't really keep it steady, because it feels like everything kind of swings around that in a triangle. Which is a little bit weird. But the further up you go, the more careful you might have to get. Like right now I'm trying to be very careful, but because my mouse is so tiny, it's actually very, very hard to be careful. There should be like a machine doing this. At least that would be like 100% precise, you know. You can program it to lift, go, I don't know, 20 centimeters to the north after placing it down to a certain amount, and then just pulling it up, putting it back again, and then going up. You could also cheat that way if you have like a machine nearby that can pick stuff up. Just program it to do that. A specific task. But yeah, this is probably my last try doing it. I don't want to sit here pulling the sword out anymore than I already am. Because it's just... honestly, it's a waste of time. Being crowned king of nothing isn't exactly my favorite thing to do anyway. So it's not exactly a goal. My goal is really just to get this out of the rug and that's it. So... I'd rather to technically just show you guys this game, but I prefer completing every single game that I can, so I guess I'm semi-forced to complete this game at some point in my life, but if I fail now, it's gonna be like 30 years from now, if that's even still available, so just say that's when I'm gonna complete this game, maybe, who knows. Or eventually I'll get it all the way up above the trees, so we can see the land of Potania. I'm gonna assume that we are near Potania. The land of potatoes. See, that's what I'm thinking. You're gonna see all the potatoes in existence, and it's gonna be great. And the potatoes are gonna smile at us when we see them, and... You know what? It's gonna be just lovely. The worst thing they could do right now, by the way, is add like a jump scare. That would really suck. Just a jump scare to stop you from pulling out the sword would be just awful. But yeah, it does seem like we're actually starting to look up at the sword to instead of being at the same level as it. So the further up I go, the further up at the handle I seem to get. Because before it was like further down near the blade, but now I'm like all the way up here. Which is not so great. So maybe we're not getting taller than this. Maybe we're just pulling it further up. Who knows? Developers certainly do. How much taller can we freaking get, game? How much taller do you want me to go? When they said like length in the game description, I was like, okay, so they mean length as in, you know, it's gonna be harder to pull it out. So it only adds to the amount you're required to pull it out. So not actual length in centimeters, but like length as in it feels like it's longer, the sword. But no, it's literally just very, very long. Like, and it gets harder to be pulled out with every person that gets to get declared king. So it's extra painful, which makes it even, just even worse, you know? And also, I don't know what happens when you pull out the sword. Like, do you get like a little cutscene? Do I get like a little song sung for you? I don't know. You are now the king, you know what you are doing. You pulled out the sword, here you go, my friend. And then give you a ground, you know, and then we party and eat a lot of chicken. I don't know. It's good meat, okay. Unhealthy meat, but good meat. Alright, come on, just get pulled out already. Eventually you'll have to give up, and I'll have to give up. And then everyone will be happy because we both gave up. And no one lost. If I win, I'll just call it even because you beat me twice, sword, okay? So just get me the win, please. Oh, need to be careful here. Seems like it's getting way more... Wait, is this sword getting smaller? Is it just me? Maybe the dot is getting bigger. Seems like the game doesn't want us to get higher than the trees. Maybe because they have no textures back there. Who knows? Oh yeah, and also saying I tried to go down instead of up, by the way. It doesn't really work. You can't really go down. I tried to see if there was like a little trick to the game that was trying to like... Because it said it was a social experiment. I was like, maybe you should try to think outside the box, you know. Instead of going up and pull out the sword, maybe you should try to pull the sword down to destroy the rock or something. No, it just... You can't go further down once you reach the bottom. Like, it just stops you. You can't push it further down, so... Yeah, I tried that. So it did not work. Wish it did, but no. Am I going to space? Is that what I gotta do? Just go to space. Pull his sword all the way out into space. Oh, that's certainly something I look forward to doing. It's literally about to be above the trees. Come on. When is it out? Oh yeah, if you look at the cursor, the dot, now it's actually further up top than it was before. So the further up you go, the further up the dots also goes. So eventually you'll probably get all the way up to the top. I don't know how that works, because technically you're supposed to see it at an angle, not like straight. So I don't know why the dot gets further up instead of like down, but whatever. Game logic. on, get pulled out. Dave. That's a very nice name. Dave has been crowned king. King Dave. No, I could serve under King Dave. You could be my king. You know, that would be easier. That way I don't have to pull out this stupid sword. I've been pulling out for what? An hour and 32 seconds now? Plus, you know, the time that I kinda messed up the sword that I didn't have on camera, so that doesn't count. And my sleeve went down again, which I don't want it to. Oh well. The game is not so hypnotizing anymore, just very punishing. This reminds me of Dark Souls in a way. You know what they should do? They should make a game like this, set in the Dark Souls universe, about pulling out the sword in the bonfire. I'm sure Dark Souls fans would appreciate that. And then when you pull it out, you get the sword, but it's not long anymore, as a joke. And it's just very weak too. But then if you upgrade it, it becomes pretty long. Like, not the same length as you pulled it out from, but like just long in general. God, it's above the trees soon. Just let me win. How much more? My right arm hurty. Being a Let's Play channel right now. I mean, I could cut all of it out, but heck no, I'm not gonna do that. I really hope people sped up this video, or at least enjoyed watching the full thing. Just me dying by releasing the sword over and over and over again. But at least at this point, I have more or less nailed the whole way of doing it. It barely moves anymore, the dot. I say that and it moves a little bit, but like it's... Maybe the whole experiment is to learn or teach you how to get steady aim, you know? Like if you go up the whole time, how steady can you get it? Maybe that's like the whole experiment. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. That's the simple experiment in it. Well, it's above the trees now. What do I do? At this point, there's nothing you can even compare to the background unless you want to get it all the way up to the clouds. Is that really what you want, game? Get it up to the clouds now? This is a dopamine experiment. I guess I get a slight dopamine thing when I complete something, but not this, the kind, it doesn't give me a big boost. I don't actually like Dark Souls. I don't get the same kind of feeling that a lot of other people do when they defeat a boss, as an example. Like, I get it, but at a very, very small degree compared to everyone else. Instead, I just think, why did I spend my time doing this after I'm done defeating a boss, as an example? God. When is this done? Do I have to pull it all the way up to the sun before I get it? Is that like the whole thing? Because I'll do it. I'll freaking teach you, game. And pull it all the way up to the sun. So I can get my sweet revenge on you. The secret to pulling out the sword is just to have a low sensitivity and a lot of time. God damn it. Wait, is this... Am I seeing details that's like sunshine is actually on the sword? Yeah, I'm seeing details like that. You can actually see the sunshine behind shining on the sword. I only realized that now. Maybe it's to make it look holy or anything, but it's really just a low poly sword. It doesn't really mean anything to me. Eventually, you'll get pulled out. And I'm gonna throw you away. Because then I've proven my worth. Because who needs this long sword, by the way? Who the heck will even be able to use such a thing? And why am I such a tall monstrosity, by the way? Why am I so tall? Whoops, almost just went off there. I'm very careful right now because I really don't want to. Oh boy, that was close. Loose. Right now, when I'm so freaking close. At least I think I'm close, but I might probably be very, very far off. Still don't get how the heck I'm still at going further up the handle than down, considering that I'm pulling it out, right? This is wrong angling, okay? I'm supposed to get further down. You're not supposed to look further up at it. You're supposed to look further down. I guess that depends entirely on the perspective, but who the heck would look like this up at the sword? But if I make a mistake now, this could suck so much. Well, you can sort of see the cloud light, you know? Maybe I'm just supposed to get all the way up there. Who the heck knows? God, if this is how they crowned kings back in the day, I'm really not suited to be king in any way, shape, or form. Let's start with the height. You need to be very, very tall to be king. Fine, I'll put it out into the clouds. I'll deliver the sword to God, I guess. Why not? I guess the light might be God, so I'm just gonna give God the sword and then he can chop the world in half or something. Maybe that'll be good. I don't know. How cursed is this world, by the way, that we're in? I'm guessing it's like a fantasy world, considering that it's a very long sword. If it's just England, when in King Arthur's time, then I don't know. Maybe a cool concept. Don't know if it'll work, though. Honestly, at this point, if I fail, I will definitely give up. I can't keep doing this. It's just not exciting or fun. Plus, I missed the dots jumping all over the place. I made it more exciting. Where are those dots now, by the way? I very much missed them. They made everything a bit more fun. I also don't know what the dots actually meant. Like, what did the dots mean? The ones that kind of just flew all over the place. I'm only gonna get further and further up the sword handle, it seems. Because that's how it works, you know. Has been crowned new king. Well, I hope they're enjoying themselves. Making my life harder. Can you change the sensitivity mid-game? This is one of those times where it'd be very nice to have like a mouse that can change sensitivity on the fly with a button. We can just click that. I don't know if that actually works, but that would be so useful. My mouse is really just a one sensitivity thing. So it can't actually do that thing. It can only go with one sensitivity at all times. Unless I go into the system itself and change it. Oh look, it's actually trying to change the right perspective now. I'm going further down too now. That's great. That's lovely. Now perspective is getting normal. I should have turned the music higher up too. No, when I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna be dreaming of this game, alright? I'm gonna be dreaming of me using this sword to slay monsters or something. Or just some stupid thing, I don't know. Something that's actually worthwhile. Just a dream that makes me feel like this was worthwhile. Oh boy. If you're a patient person, you will get rewarded in this one. Because if you go to like a very low sensitivity and you go up, you will get up. You won't get up fast, but you will go up and you will never ever go down again. Whereas if you have a higher sensitivity, you will have a higher, harder time actually going. You need to find the right sensitivity for the job, I guess. What I have right now is a bit too high for my liking, and I will probably eventually fail. But I guess so far it does work. How high do you want this shite? All the way up in the sky? You can give it up in the sky. I'll teach you. The longer it'll get my buttocks, I'll teach it. The longer it'll get. I'll make you very short once I pull you out, Mr. Sword. Then I'll teach you that you don't become long to make other people's lives miserable. Can I, like, decide to not make it longer? They should do like in one of the Nier Automata games where you can pick like help out other players or complete your story. You know, like it was an interesting choice. My sleeve is falling down again. Because that way you can like sacrifice your ending to help out other people. And it would actually register you as like helping out other people, even though I don't think it's like online real time. It's just like bots that your control, that your name is on. It's still a very cool concept. Oh god. Be done soon. How long is this thing? I get it. Holy Sword of Light or whatever. Just get rid of it already, okay? It'd be very funny if I'm just like, I don't like this sword on my property. I gotta get rid of it. And then that's why I'm pulling it out. Not to become king or anything. Just because it's in the way of me building like a new tavern or something in this area. This is my place to build a tavern. You cannot do anything about it. Mine, I tell you. Come on. Come on. When does this end? Please end soon. I might just lose on purpose. If I haven't done this within the next, like, 15 minutes, I might literally just release it and then just say I won. I'll just be like, yep, I totally became king, you know? It turns out you don't need to pull out a sword to become king. You just need to be capable, you know? When is this over? Oh god, that scared the shit out of me. Tempest has been crowned the new king. Good for Tempest, I guess. Maybe that is supposed to scare you and make you fail. Who knows? Is it actually getting closer to the clouds? Because that's a little bit weird. Right now it should be taller than the trees, I think, but not much longer than that. It didn't actually go all the way up to the clouds. Because it just looks bigger because of the perspective we have right now. Come on, just be done already. How many people? What does this count? What does one person stand for, by the way, in this context? It's like one person is 10 extra centimeters to the sword, or is it, and it makes you like 1% hard, like makes it 1% harder to actually pull it out, or is it completely different than that? Like at this point, I'm being very careful. I don't think I'm making too much progress very fast, but at least it's better than losing immediately. So what's after the sky, by the way? I like looking at the flowers, the ground a little bit more. Up there isn't really much to look at except the light that makes the sword look a little bit holy or whatever. Oh, the light is moving. That's kind of nice. Oh, I did it. It scared the shit out of me, by the way. My fingers hurt. No, I don't want it. Let me out of here. I just wanted to remove the sword. Let me go, please. Fine, fine. Take me. I guess I'm a prisoner now. Fine. Just kidnap me. Why don't you? Oh, my freaking fingers actually hurt. Like, legit, they actually hurt. Doing this for, like, 2 hours is not good for you. An hour and a half, I guess. Like, they are very stiff. Oh. Anyway, I guess this is it. How do you already know I did it? That's not how the world works. You're not supposed to know I already did it. Get out of here. Fine, celebrate me, I guess. Even though it's very weird how I just suddenly, they had a throne ready and everything for me. This doesn't really work like that, but thank you. Hello, people, what's up? Yes, I took a sword out of something. What a big deal. I mean, I can put a sword in you and take it out again. No problem if you want me to. So I pulled out a sword. Therefore, I'm now king. Not because I'm capable, but because I want to. Oh, it's Tempest. Hello there, Tempest. I remember you being crowned the other king. Please don't jump off my head. What? No, no, what? No, don't jump off the king's head. No, 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 no. I don't want to be king if that is how the king freaking leaves. No, 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 no. Go away. They're gonna jump my head off once another person wins. I'm gonna cry. Are you kidding me? I get a queen too. I'm not interested. Let me just be a peasant. I don't want to lose my head because someone else wins the freaking sword. No, go away. I don't like you. What about her? No. I look away. I'm not gonna look at you. To kiss my ear, by the way. I think she has a weird fetish or something. What are you doing now? Great. That is pretty beautiful, the view here. That's kind of nice. Oh, God. Oh, that's okay. Sure, why don't I just jump off a freaking castle roof and almost kill myself, depending on the people to catch me? What? What do I think of this game? Well, my hand hurts. I'm like what number am I, by the way? Look, Amethyst already took off my head. That's not very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Like, what? Oh, it's a cat. I was a little bit afraid to do this, but it's a cat. The cat is the current king. I mean, that just shows that a cat can even pull out the sword. So that doesn't really complement the game at all. So I guess this length is representative of the actual sword. So technically it doesn't get too much longer per person. Just because we had 7,810 right now. Which I guess I was 7,808. Your coronation will not be acknowledged if you already are among the last 100 kings. Why would anyone play this again? Look, it's Dave. But yeah, I guess that's what happens when you actually complete the game. It was painful. It took me 3 tries and a lower sensitivity to make sure I didn't actually lose grip of the handle or whatever the game throws at you. I like the ending. I would love to actually be an RPG game in that world instead. And actually be crowned king after I do cool RPG stuff. I would love an setting like that. I don't care about like it being low poly art or anything. I would just love an RPG like this, honestly. That's kind of the feeling I get from it, that I want this to be like more of an RPG game, more than like a thingy. But this is like they said this. I think they call it a social experiment. So it's all about pulling a sword out of a stone for some reason, because I guess the Arthur legend that they kind of made it into this universe too, that they probably created, and now you, for some reason, become the next king, and the other king gets his head chopped off. I already lost my head within like 1 minute of being the king. So, I mean, great being king, I guess. Also got married to a woman who licked my ear. That's not nice. Being forced to marry someone too, and then jumping off a building already. I mean, crazy king, am I right? Now Erde is the king, huh? If this shows anything, it shows that I have no life and no value of my own time. Just go on YouTube and watch the cutscene. That's what I should have done. This game is not really worth it. Like, I feel the same way I do about Dark Souls bosses in this one. You get a little bit of a dopamine boost. At least for me, I get a little bit of a dopamine boost. And then I'm like, it's finally over. And then I'm like, it was not worth it. That's kind of my process, where I've heard other people go like, oh, this was pretty nice, dopamine boost. So worth it. I have accomplished something. That's just not how I work, okay? Not how I work. But I like the bear face, though. They chopped the head off a cat now. That makes that Erde person a criminal. But yeah, that was the one who pulls out the sword will be crowned king. And apparently there are a heck ton of people that are kings. I also don't know who the heck puts the sword back into the rock. But like after extending it a bit, we will never know, okay? It's like a big mystery. Who the heck put in the sword in the first place, and why do they keep making it longer after a new king has been made? I don't know. But yeah, I was number 7,808, I think. Or was it? Wait, no, I was 9. 7,809. I'm pretty sure, because 2. Yeah, 809. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you're one of these awesome people that did it the last 100 kings, or if you're just number what here, then let me know in the comment section, what number are you? And when did you pull out the sword? Was it when the game came out? Or is it a little bit after? Or is it, I think, the second time this one goes around or something like that? The sword won't be able to grow any further and will reset back to its initial... Yeah, so it does seem like it's like a circle thing, where it's like, you get the longest sword, then reverts back to its original form. Which I guess is okay and everything, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, like I said, comment down below what your experience of this game was. For me, I didn't really get a good feeling, but I didn't get a bad feeling either. It's just like a fun little game that someone made for like a little experiment. It can be taken in a lot of different ways, like I was speaking about when I pulled out the sword. Like, it can be taken as a way to achieve your goals, or it can be taken as a way to not achieve your goals, or that you are never able to. And considering that I got my head chopped off 1 minute after I became the king, it just seems a bit unreasonable. Like, I would rather stay a peasant, thank you. To get, like, what? Married to the same woman everyone else has been married to after you get killed? Oh boy. And everyone just jumps off a building too. I mean, it's great. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. No, we won't, because there's not really much else to it. Again, I would love an RPG game with this kind of setting, you know. But that's just me. I don't know. I just like RPG games. They're nice. Role playing games, awesome, by the way. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. And like I said, comment whatever your thoughts were, or if you got a difficulty level that you completed, or if you hate this game, if you like this game, if you hate me, if you like me, if you don't like the microphone. I don't know. I mean, like I said, this was mostly to test my microphone. Probably, I know it has some plosive issues where you say something with P or something with T, where it goes a little bit boo with the air. But yeah, nothing to do about that. And yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope and as always, cannot forget to say this: stay awesome.